지난 한 해 동안 영국 축구 팬들은 물론 대한민국 국민들에게도 행복감을 준 손흥민이 2024년 새해를 알리는 축포를 터뜨리고 한 해 동안 응원해준 한국 팬들에게 감사 인사를 전했습니다. 손흥민은 본머스전을 마치고 자신의 SNS에 2023년 마지막 경기 여러분 덕분에 행복하게 끝냈습니다. 올 한 해 여러분이 보내주신 사랑과 응원 덕분에 행복한 축구를 할 수 있었고 그 행복한 축구 덕분에 여러분들이 잠시나마 행복하시고 웃을 수 있으셨다면 그것이 저의 2023 가장 큰 행복이었습니다. 새해 복 많이 받으세요 라고 인사를 썼습니다. 손흥민은 본머스와의 경기에서 후반 26분 팀의 두 번째 골을 터뜨리며 토트넘의 3대1 승리를 이끌었습니다. 최근 5경기 무패를 달리며 기세가 오른 본머스의 강한 압박 속에 후반 9분 파페사르가 선제골을 밀어넣었고 손흥민은 경기 내내 활발하게 공격을 이끌다가 후반 26분 절묘한 슈팅으로 결승골을 넣었습니다. 손흥민은 본머스전 득점으로 리그 12골을 쌓으며 리그 득점 공동 2위에 오르며 가공할 만한 득점력을 뽐내고 있는데요. 그리고 이번 시즌 손흥민의 진가는 득점력에만 있는 것이 아닙니다. 축구 통계 매체 소파스코어에 따르면 손흥민은 이번 시즌 빅찬스 메이킹 3위에 올라 있습니다. 총 11개의 빅찬스를 만들어내며 탁월한 플레이메이킹 능력도 증명해 보였죠. 이번 본머스전에서도 손흥민은 후반 7분 본머스의 박스 왼쪽 부근에서 볼을 잡은 뒤 본머스 수비수 2명을 속이고 히샬리송에게 환상적인 침투 패스를 꺼냈는데 비록 히샬리송이 이 패스를 놓쳤지만 손흥민의 능력을 확인할 수 있는 장면이었죠. 후반 35분 히샬리송이 추가골을 터뜨리며 토트넘은 12승 3무 5패 승점 39점을 기록했고 현재 리그 5위를 유지하며 빅4를 강하게 위협하고 있습니다. 그런데 이제 현지 축구계는 시즌 초반 해리케인이 없으면 안 된다고 말했던 것처럼 토트넘은 이젠 손흥민 없인 안 된다고 말하고 있는데요. 영국 텔레그래프는 토트넘은 이제 손흥민 없이 사는 법을 배워야 한다라는 제목의 기사에서 토트넘의 절대자이자 해결사였던 해리케인처럼 이제 토트넘은 손흥민 없인 안 된다는 걸 배운 경기였다라고 말하며 손흥민의 장기 결장에 깊은 우려를 나타내고 있습니다. 매체는 손흥민은 토트넘에서 해리케인의 역할을 여러 가지 면에서 이어받아 팀의 구세주 역할을 하고 있다. 손흥민의 쐐기골은 1대0, 한 골 차로 겨우 앞서 있던 경기에서 긴장을 풀어줬으며 결국 승부를 결정지었다. 극도의 어려움 속에서 시즌을 치러내고 있는 토트넘은 이제 이 부적을 대체할 방법을 찾아야 한다고 썼습니다. 현지 방송들은 손흥민과 토트넘의 경기를 극찬하고 있습니다. 특히 해리케인의 이적과 관련해 그간 쌓여왔던 불안감에 관해서도 모두 이야기합니다.
It's a really good win that for Tottenham after being well beaten at Brighton in the week and bearing in mind how many injuries they've got. And now you've got Son going off to the Asian Cup and Papa's supposed to go to the Papasar to AFCON but might be injured. Basuma is going to AFCON. So the demands on the squad are still there. So actually how impressed have you been with Ange Postecoglou's first half of the season?
Brilliant. I think he's been absolutely amazing to walk into a football club and to change the way they play with majority of the same players, to have an injury list that he's had and still be in the title race, still be thereabouts. I think it's going to be a rough couple of weeks for them, like you say, Son's leaving, Sarr, Basuma, but there's light at the end of the tunnel when they start getting the likes of Van de Ven back, Maddison, who's been out for ages, who was a catalyst for them. I thought he was brilliant in the opening weeks of the season. Son back, I think they could go on a real charge.
Yeah, I think it's life and times when you watch Tottenham, you're never quite sure what you're going to get. They got battered against Brighton, got well beaten there. But the thing is, when you watch Tottenham, you know they're going to be in a game, even though it was it 4-2 against Brighton? Yep. It felt like it could have been 4-4 towards the end of the game because
it was 4-0 and then was 4-2 and then you say it could have been 4-4.
So they finished well. So every single game when you watch Tottenham as a Tottenham fan, if you're watching, you're going to be entertained. You're going to have to take the sort of defeats they had against Brighton along the way. They'll win a lot of games because the attacking players that they've got are outstanding. The defenders are all injured. They're playing 4 full-backs across the back 4. So there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be games where they lose, but you can't fault the effort and you can't fault the quality.
And we've done very well not talking about Harry Kane for weeks and weeks and weeks. You would say, well, there's no point. But actually, the question was, where are the goals going to come from? But you remember those seasons when Kane was injured? Son always stepped up, didn't he? More often than not and scored goals. And that's happened reasonably. Got the first, got one today as well. And with his goals, Papasar gets one. Richarlison's now scoring a few goals. They actually arguably haven't missed Kane as much as we thought they might. Would that be fair?
Oh, without doubt. I mean, a new manager, losing the best 9 possibly in the world in the Premier League, and and being able to be in a better position now than what they were last year, playing more attractive football, more exciting football for their fans. I mean, I think he's been a revelation for me, Postecoglou. I think to reshuffle the pack, Maddison was huge for me. Bringing Maddison in, he brings out the best in Son. He's a good caveat to him. And then finally, Richarlison's starting to look like he's at home. And then we see Sam Bissouma. I mean, Bissouma's been there for a couple of years now, and they just didn't get as much out of him.
Did he?
Love this ball, by the way, from the sell side. You know the conversation, how fickle we are in football. When Tottenham finish in the top 4 or top 5, you need a Harry Kane. That's how we work in football. They need a Harry Kane to get to that sort of level. Because we're all critical.
You think they still do now?
No, but it depends what you see and where you think Tottenham want to be. I mean, I think they're great with Son and Richarlison and Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson are amazing, but you can't argue Harry Kane will get 30-odd goals in this team because he does it every single season. So it's great that they haven't got them and the performance.
You couldn't help but think, particularly if you're a Tottenham fan, the freedom with which they play now, which they never did under Mourinho or Conte.
That's what I mean.
You do wonder, don't you, Harry Kane, thinking, blimey, how many goals did he score in this team?
You don't want to talk about him because they're not missing him, but you know when it comes to the crunch, in terms of winning a cup or winning the Premier League or winning the Champions League and winning the big ones, that's when you need your top players.
이번 경기에서는 토트넘 부임 후 처음으로 포스테코글루 감독이 흥분한 모습을 보였는데요. 미드필더 알레오 벨리스가 부상으로 고통스러워하자 포스테코글루 감독이 터치라인 밖으로 나오라고 했고, 이 과정에서 본머스 벤치가 심판진에 강력하게 항의하며 토트넘의 의도적인 시간 끌기라고 주장했는데요. 이에 포스테코글루 감독은 몸싸움까지 벌일 듯이 매우 흥분한 모습을 보였죠. 하지만 경기 후 인터뷰에서 포스테코글루 감독은 나는 괜찮다. 우리는 단지 서로에게 새해 복 많이 받으세요 라고 빌었을 뿐이다라고 능청스럽게 둘러댔습니다. 그리고 기자에게 토트넘은 4위가 아닌 더 높은 곳을 바라보고 있다고 말했습니다.
I think we should make too little of it. The fact that you've had some major hurdles thrown in front of you in terms of injuries and players absent, to keep pulling out these types of performances on a very regular basis. What does that say about the group of players that you have under your care?
Yeah, look, we're trying to build something, and I'm at pains to keep repeating myself that we're trying to build sort of a team that's plays a bit differently, but also has some resilience, and you can only sort of gain resilience through tough times, and we've been going through a rough drought for quite a while now. Some of it's self-inflicted with suspensions, but we've had some extreme sort of injury issues, and all along these players, like I said, I haven't made excuses for them. They haven't wanted me to, and we keep chipping away, and we keep plugging away, and we're still in there fighting.
It's not just 3 points today, but it's 3 points that now put you within a point of the top 4, with Arsenal losing at Craven Cottage. Again, does that underline how much this team has achieved in adversity?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we're 3 points off the top. So, if 3 points is the difference between having a great season and where we are, well, I'll take it.
What a way to wrap up the year for Tottenham, because that's exactly what they wanted. Look at the league table. As we said, just 1 point off the top 4, RIT.
I liked his answer though. I liked it. Said 1 point off the top 4, but 3 off the top.
Yeah.
So that was a better answer.
That's a better answer.
Wasn't it?
And
They're
good luck
only 3
to him,
points off the top.
because what he seems to have done, he seems to have galvanised them. Yes, we're seeing some big losses, but then we're seeing some wins that he can get them going again. And once he gets all his team back, it's going to be a very exciting time for Spurs.
여러분의 소중한 의견을 남겨주세요. 바쁘시더라도 구독과 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 지금까지 단골이시였습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.